right, girls. Well, we rehearsed.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box. To the left, in the closet. That's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, say, don't touch.
Girl, we sound mad good.
What's good, what's poppin', everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And thank you so much for tuning into yet another episode of Everything Lelona, where we talk about everything and anything. Chana, if you are new here, welcome, baby. I really hope that you'll enjoy this video and that will make you hit the little subscribe button somewhere over here. And if you are a regular subscriber, gang, say wow, what's good, what's up, what is future? I really hope that you are well and that you are taking care of yourself. Okay, so we are back with another story time, and this story time is about the time that I allowed a nigga to play me again. So he didn't just play me once, he played me 2 times, and I was like, wow, ndimi mos clown, like ndimu lol, ndimu el mau, like this guy wandipinda, guys, wandipinda. He literally dirad me happy, one dira happy, that yazini ndi clown. So if you are interested in hearing more of the story, please do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel so that we can grow. Okay, so without wasting any of your time, let's get into the video. So this all happened in the year I had already started my YouTube channel at the time. I think this was 2021 when things were starting to slowly go back to normal, ne? So things were starting to go back to normal after COVID and Corona. So this happened right after the taxi driver, ne? Because yes, I don't think I ever told you guys about the taxi driver, did I? I don't think so. But there's a story about a taxi driver which I will tell you some other time. But this one, just know it happened after the taxi drive. So the taxi driver and I were still kind of seeing each other here and there. Now this is the first time I went to my Mai. Okay, so let's start over. Let's start over. So this was, I've known, where do I even start with the story? Where do I even start? Yeah? Because I'm asking where should I start, because kuningi, I've known this person in question from way back when. Yeah, so let's start it here. Let's start it on the day that him and I reunited after a very long time. Yeah, so I was still seeing taxi driver, not seeing him as in dating, but he wanted me. I was still skeptic. I was very skeptical about this whole thing. I'm like, you're a taxi driver. Even if his dad was the owner of the taxis, but he was still a taxi driver. And I was like, I'm not sure. The aesthetic isn't giving what it's supposed to give. But man's was really good looking. Taxi driver was really good looking. Very young. He was very young. He was into Tatum Dala. He was quite young and he really liked me. And I was like, I'm willing to see where things go. I'm willing to see where things go, but we'll see where things go. So he had asked me to go with him to my Mai. This was the first time I've ever gone to my Mai. I've been to my Mai like 3 or 4 times. The first time was with him. So he says, let's go to my Mai. I want to drink. I want to have meat. And. So I'm like, yeah, cool, sharp. He comes, he fetches me, we go to my Mai. It was on a Sunday because my Mai is gay on Sundays, I guess. Yeah, bon? Sharp. So we go to my Mai, we get to Mai, and when we get to Mai, you walk in my Mai and you look for a place to sit, especially if you don't have your own camping chairs, you don't have, like, you're not driving into my Mai and like sit by your car. You are going to walk around looking for a place to sit. Especially with us, we got there around 12 and that is already late for Imai Mai. Yeah, but so we got there around 12 and we were walking around looking for a place to sit. Then I spot a sister of mine who is my ex-boyfriend's friend, my deceased ex-boyfriend's friend. So I know her through my ex-boyfriend who has passed on, remember? Know her through him, and she was sitting with like a large group of friends, and they were all like, they were having fun. So I say to him, listen, I know those people, let's go and join them. So then Nyanike, we move and we go to this lady and her friends. Now when I get to the table, I see familiar faces, yabo? It's not just this lady that we came to sit with that I know here. So I get there, I'm like, what am I gonna call her? We'll call her P. I'm like, hi P, how are you? And then I see someone else. Then this someone else looks at me, is like, my baby. Now this person who was saying my baby was best friends with the ex-boyfriend who has passed on. Yeah, boy? They were best friends. So I met him years ago when I was still dating my ex. Yeah, boy? So he's like, my baby, and he stands up, he comes to greet me, he hugs me, and he gives me a kiss on the lips. Now, how I interpreted that whole thing at that time was that he's a kisser. He's someone that when he greets you, he will kiss you. You understand? Especially if he knows you, he will hug you and he will kiss you. So he kisses me on the lips and we hug, and like we hug for a very long time, because at this time we hadn't seen each other in a very, very, very long time. Okay? So he hugs me, he sits down. Now when he sits down next to this other guy. He says to this guy, baby, this is my other baby. You understand? So, and then he says, other baby, this is baby. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm trying to register this whole thing that is saying, Ukuba, if I am other baby and I am not dating him, and this is baby, so maybe baby is not dating him as well. They are friends, like how him and I are friends. Yeah, bo? So that's how I saw this whole thing. Maybe this is not his real boyfriend, even if it is Angendao. You understand? Angendao. And then I introduce my taxi driver to everyone that was there that I knew. I was like, okay, this is P, and then this is Ubaby YK, and then let's give him a name. Let's give him a name. We'll call him Lwazi. So I introduced taxi driver to Lwazi the taxi driver. Nyani ke kwaqhube my kwamnandi man kwamnandi we drank my kwamnandi with taxi driver. And then he says around Boma 5-6, ne? Nothing is happening between Lwazi and I at this time. Like, he's sitting with the guy that he was with, and like we're all just sitting in this one massive group. We are talking kumnandi, people are coming in, people are going out. And then around 6, when it gets dark, now it starts getting darker and darker, and Abantu are like calculating their next move. What are we doing from here? People are saying Shakers, people are saying Liquid Blue, people are saying Melville, people are saying Bram. So a lot of people are saying, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here. Taxi driver is saying to me, let's go to Soweto. And Nando is Soweto mna. First of all, I am not gonna go to Soweto. Not that there's anything wrong with Soweto, but imagine it's on a Sunday. I am going to work on Monday, and you want me to go to Soweto where he stays, and possibilities are we are gonna get boop drunk, because we are already boost drunk at my mind. And if I'm in Soweto, how am I gonna come back? I probably will miss work on Monday. So I'm like, I don't wanna go to Soweto. Nyanike, he tries to like shaya me about going to Soweto. I'm like, baby, I'm going to work tomorrow, so I am not going to go to Soweto. Ati Ulwazi, why don't you come with us to Shakers? Because Tina, we are going to go to Shakers. So come with us to Shakers, and then taxi driver can go if he wants to go. Yeah, but I look at him, taxi driver's like, sharp. Anyway, my friends are calling me in Soweto. I'm going to go to Soweto. Taxi driver leaves me with some juve, give me some chankura. It's like, listen, have fun at Shakers. I will see you tomorrow. So, taxi driver had a tendency of coming to fetch me from work. This was literally January, because I started where I work in June, same year. So this was before June, yeah, boy? Sharp. Artie, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll call you though, before I sleep. Like now, let me know of your movements. If you move from a Shakers, let me know. Like keep me in the loop. I'm like, Sharp. He leaves and goes to Soweto, and then we go to Shakers. Sharp. When we go to Shakers, it's me, it's Lwazi, it's Lwazi's guy. We'll call him Lwazi's guy. It is P, who is the lady who I was saying is a sister of mine, and it is her husband. Yes, it is her husband. So she's married. Her husband goes with us to a Liquid Blue, and there were some friends with two of hers that were there as well. Sharp. Now, also sister P, your cousin, yes, my boyfriend. This is so you understand, bana? Kuning. So sister P, lo. Let's call her Sister P, yes. Sister P, uyazithanda gays. She is within the gays, even though she's a married woman. Yeah, bro. Sharp, we all go to Shakers. We get to Shakers. Shakers is ja-ping as usual. Shakers on a Sunday. Shakers on a Sunday. Girl. The girls are here. The girls are here. Please, like, kuyibob ndawo yonke eShakers kumnandi. The girls are on flick and the girls are having fun. We get to Shakers, we find a table, we get a table. I think it was before they even had this VIP section. We sit there by the toilet. You want a pie back? We sit there, we get a table. We buy alcohol. Now, baby kalwazi anxele amasimba. Mfana wagabha, guys. That guy got so drunk that he vomited everywhere. Yabo? And obviously once that happens, people start to, once you vomit and you're drunk, it's either you're gonna sober up immediately or uzanxela kakhulu, and he passed out. Yabo? Passed out. Ulwazi wati, let me take you to the car. Took that guy, they left, the guy went to sleep in the car. Yabo? Sharp. Now Ulwazi came back. Now Ulwazi, remember, I came with a taxi driver to my Ulwazi came with probably baby lo. Now both of our people aren't there anymore, and everyone that is here unomntu wakhe. Understand? Sister P is with the husband, the other friend is with umntu wakhe, nomnye unomntu wakhe, then it's Lwazi and I. So obviously Ulwazi was best friends with my ex-boyfriend who passed away. Rest his soul, I guess. So him and I are like talking, and he's looking at me on some like and he's admiring you. He's looking at me and he's admiring me. Like he's smiling as I'm talking, and he's like, "Oh, Sam." I think that's what made me weak, is him just saying that as I'm talking, is like, "No, and I'm like, what?" He's like, and I'm like, "Enkosi, thank you so much." So he basically compliments how good looking I am. And I was like, "Thank you so much." I was really taken aback, because as much as him and I have never really had that connection, Okuba, he wants me, I want him. We've never had that. But him saying it at that moment, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, it's getting a compliment can make you weak, especially if you are someone who doesn't really get compliments a lot. Yes, people would compliment me when I post on social media about, yes, bitch, but when someone, like, when someone is looking at you and is being so sincere, and so genuine, that was Lwazi at that moment. He says, "Awu semhle," and I'm like, thank you so much. Now, the dynamics of our conversation changes. Like, the conversation just changes and moves from us just talking about shit to us talking about like, how have you been? How has life been? Who are you dating? How are things with the guy that I saw you with earlier? How are things now? I'm asking how are things are with this guy. He's like, no man, Lomfana is a guy that we are not dating. Him and I are getting to know each other. So I'm like, oh, okay. What does that mean? We are getting to know each other. Are you sleeping together? Are you don't? He's like, no, this was literally our first date and first meet up. Yeah, bro. We've been chatting online. We met on Tinder a long time ago. And we've been talking and chatting. This was the first time that we were meeting. He's someone who was going to sleep over at my place or is sleeping over at my place. So now that this has transpired, and he was acting the way he was acting, I don't think things are gonna go further with him. Yeah, bro? So I'm like, no man, I'm so sorry to hear that. No. But also things with me and the taxi driver are slowly fading away. Yeah, bro? Because I don't know if I really like him like that. So then we get deep with where we are in terms of our lives, yeah, bro? We get deep. We were literally holding hands like this. Like we were literally Oprah and Gail. We were holding hands like this. And we were talking and looking into each other's eyes. It's like, And you know when someone is looking into your eyes as though he's reading deep into your soul, that's how I think, like, that's how it was. He was literally so attentive. Everything was happening around us, but we were in our little cocoon and in our little bubble where we were just talking and just recapping and reconnecting. Yeah, bro? So we talk literally the entire night. And as we leave, he's like, how are you getting home? I'm like, no, I'm gonna Uber. He's like, no, let me take you home. So the night ends, he takes me home. So basically, when we get to the car, the guy that he came with, baby, is sitting at the back or is sleeping at the back of the car. Yeah, bro? In the back seat. Everyone that we were with was either Ubering somewhere else or they had their own car. Yeah, bro? So I then went into the car with Ulwazi. Baby was in the back. We tried to wake him up. He wasn't budging. He was passed out, stone cold out. Yeah, bro? Sharp. We drive. We get to my place. I was up. Clear apartment. So we get downstairs. So he parks on this street, yeah, bro? Parks on the next street, and then he has to then walk me, or he's like, I'm gonna walk you to your door. He walks me to my door. When we get to my door, like, he's like, no, it was really, really amazing to spend the night with you and spend time with you. We really need to do this again. We have to reconnect, yeah, bro? I'm like, I really had so much fun. We hug. As we hug, he kisses my neck. He's like, I love you. So in my head, I'm like, what about me? You will turn me off. Once you use unqanda ngo I love you. Once ube very fast with I love yous, uzantenna off. But something about him did not turn me off when he said I love you. Kisses my neck and he's like, I love you. And as he does that, I hug him even tighter. And thinking about it now, I'm like, Dili wule mna. Dili wule mna. So I hug him, and then as he pulls back, we start kissing. We kiss. Okay? Like, we kissed to a point where I was like, I think I'm wet. What the fuck? Like, I was turned on. I was very close to saying, do you want to come upstairs? But I didn't, because I was like, Suba lihule. Sukuba lihule. Sharp. I get inside, I sleep with Nyanike. The following day, he didn't have my number, but he had me on Instagram and social media. So the following day, I wake up to a DM from Ulwazi. Ulwazi is saying to me, listen, it was very, very good to see you, Izolo. I really enjoyed our conversations. I really enjoyed our kiss. Here's my number. Text me on WhatsApp. text him on WhatsApp, and the conversation is from there. Obviously, now I'm like, Dingena, I'm coming in hot. One thing about me, I will come in with a one-liner and you will laugh because you are not expecting me to come in with a one-liner. So I come in with like a line about the case here is all. He laughs about that and we laugh about that, yeah, bo? Sharp. So as we are talking that day, we literally talked the entire day. We are talking about everything and anything under the sun. We are literally just talking. Akondo, akan pliti, akan shelly, akan about sex. We are just talking about everything, about how our days are going, what are we doing now? I'm making coffee now. Oh, okay, now I just got back from a meeting. Oh, now I just did this. Now we are literally having that conversation throughout the day. And then in the evening, he video calls me. We video call literally for hours and hours and hours on end. You know that video call where you are talking to someone and then you pay the conversation and you are just doing whatever you are doing. The phone is there. I'm busy on the laptop like this. The phone is just there. He's quiet. He's watching TV. And we are just keeping each other company. That was us the first day of talking. Sharp. Now, I had to make a decision about a taxi driver. Eventually, I told him, listen, I really don't think things between you and I are going to work out. So, he tries to persuade me to like reconsider and I'm like, I don't want to reconsider anything. The decision I'm taking right now is the decision I want to live with, or is a decision I can live with. Yabo? Sharp. Yavuta into ngapha, yacima le. Yavuta lena ngapha, because Ulwazi is telling me everything I want to hear, and he's telling me everything I need to hear at that time. Like, I think I needed to hear those things. So he tells me that, listen, I literally have cut ties with all my bitches. All my hoes, I've cut ties with those bitches. And difuna wena mna. I'm like, uzandenza ndoni? Ati, what do you mean zakwenza ndoni? Titi uyandifuna uzandenza ndoni? So utyela i-best friend yakho because your best friend died and your best friend was my boyfriend. So ufuna utyela i-best friend. Abethi izinto zobana hayi kaloku if akekho kwawuthiwa brother yakhe must take his place. So ndine brother yakhe. I'm like, yabona wena mene big man. But you know what? I want you to. So eventually we decide on, it's fine, let's give this a try. So we give it a try and he officially like asks me out. And I say, yes, I would love to be your boyfriend. Then we start dating from there. Sharp. So I lived in Johannesburg, down in Marshalltown, and he lived in well, I almost gave out his actual place. Let's say he lives in the north. So he lives in Morningside, yabo? He lives in Morningside, and so his place was a house. So he shared a house with two of his best friends. It was a very big house. I think it was a 4-bedroom house because one room was a studio. And then, so all of them were creatives, by the way. All of them were creatives. Each one of them had their own bedroom. And then the other bedroom, which was the 4th bedroom, was a studio. And then, yeah, they shared like everything else. So, Umfana, I asks me to come through. He's like, listen, please come and visit. And I was like, oh, okay. At this time, I think I was still working in Wood. We had moved. We were working in Sandton and Mandela Square. So our offices were in Mandela Square. So Morningside from Mandela Square isn't so far away. It's like a 40 rand Uber drive, yeah, bo? So he's like, please come and visit. So the first time I went to visit, I spent the night there. Obviously, we are grown up. We are gonna do what grown people do. Okay? So it was amazing. It was amazing. It was breathtaking. Also because I had really fallen in love with this guy. I'd fallen in love with his mind. I'd fallen in love with his creativity. I'd fallen in love with how he speaks to me. And one thing about me, I love a kind man. A man who's kind, a man who's compassionate. That man has my heart. Yeah, bro? And this guy was exactly just that. He was kind, he was very compassionate, he was very smart, which is a very important character or quality that I look for in a man. He was very smart, very articulate, he could speak, that guy. So all of those things I had literally fallen in love with. So when we eventually, yeah, bro, it was amazing. It was amazing. We were literally just solidifying our love for each other, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Sharp. Hey. Oh. Ansithi kuwe amadoda zigaka zabantu. So because this guy is a creative, he doesn't work a 9 to 5. So he works odd hours. He's a freelance. Hey, I almost said his job, but he's a creative. That's all I'm gonna say. So he works odd hours. One time he's in clubs. The next time he's in corporate ndondon. The next time he's working an event. The next time, yeah, well, so he worked really odd hours, and his work wanted him to be out and about with people. Yeah, boy, sharp. Now, there was a guy that I was following on Instagram. I saw on one of this guy's stories, this guy was like snapping at a club. This Ulwazi had told me that he's going to be covering that club or that event which is happening at that club. Yeah, bro? So this guy that I know is busy snapping. And in the background, in one of the videos that he took, Ulwazi was there chilling. There was an ice bucket with alcohol, kumnandi, and it was just like guys in that section that they were in. And this guy that I follow and I know from social media was there as well. Sharp. Now, I saw Ulwazi in that guy's stories. I didn't ask us because he had told me that I will be covering this event. So I wasn't shocked to see Ulwazi in someone's stories, someone who was there. You understand? Because that's where he was. That's where he told me he was going. But what pissed me off is that in the morning, this guy uploaded a good morning type of video. Yabo? Pete a cup of coffee, and the cup of coffee or the cup itself, the mug, I recognized. That mug, I recognized that was at Luazi's place. As much as it was not in Luazi's bedroom, but that was at Luazi's place. None of Luazi's housemates were in that event. Yeah, bro? So he cannot tell me that, no, he came back with one of my housemates. Because none of them were in the videos. None of them were there. None of them posted about the event. Because him and I, Luazi, at this time of this happening, we had already been seeing each other for a couple of months. Yeah, bro? So he, like, his housemates were following me on Instagram. I was following them. They were people who were socialites. They were posting everything they did. None of them had posted that event. So none of them were there. Only Luazi was there. And this guy in the morning wakes up, takes a picture of a cup of coffee and says, good morning. And I recognize that mug. That mug belonged to Ulwazi. That is a mug that I have used at Luazi's place. And the kitchen, the tiles I saw in the kitchen, I was like, Kukwa Luazi apa. Like, Kukwa Luazi apa, I know this kitchen. Yeah, bro? Now, I had a reason to ask. I didn't have a reason to ask, why were you in Mang's stories? Because you told me you were going to an event. This person is an influencer, so obviously they were snapping and you happened to be in the background. You understand? So I wasn't going to be asking you about those things. But why are they in your house? Why are they in your house? Lwazi spins me a story about, no, he's a very good friend of mine, blah, 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 blah. Him and I go way back, and he didn't sleep in my bed, he slept in the studio. Do you really think I'm dumb? Do you really think I'm dumb? Remember, when him and I met, it was like Jan, Feb, and it's been like about 6 months of us dating. Now, kuse winter, it is cold. In the studio, there is no bed. They don't have a mattress. So you mean to tell me that this guy slept on the floor in the studio when you have a warm bed? So don't lie to me because it's winter. Obviously, this guy slept in someone's bed. So you lying to me and saying he slept in the studio. Where in the studio? Where in the studio? On the floor. Don't lie, nigga. Nigga, don't lie. So he lies and said this guy slept on the floor. Now, I am not someone who is easily intimidated and insecure. So I wasn't going to fetch that guy and ask him, what's the relation between you and Lwazi? Yabo? All I was going to do is, I said to Lwazi, it's okay. If you say he slept on the floor in the studio, that's fine. I choose to believe you. And I was like, if you're making me a fool, I will be the fool because I love you. Guys, mind the things that you allow men to do. Mind the things that you allow men to do to you. Because once you let one thing slip, once you let one thing slip, be prepared that he's going to do it again and expect you to forgive it again. So if you forgive him for cheating on you, expect him to cheat on you again, and he will expect you to forgive him again. Because what happened is that I forgave that. I told him that, listen, if you are saying to me that this guy slept on the floor in the studio, then I will choose to believe you because you are my man and I love you. So I will be a fool. But just know, if you are making me a fool, you can only fool me once. Twice is never enough, Kesan. Ha ha! What umfana? Let's see about that. So, wait a minute, my phone is ringing. Where the fuck is it? So now, Ulwazi, after I had said what I said, Yokubana, listen, it's fine. It's fine. He started, as time went on, he started acting very shady. Shady to a point where I was like, I don't understand what's going on. Because he would cancel on our dates. Lwazi would not tell me that he's going out. And remember, I followed the person that he said is his friend from way back. I follow him. So this guy would snap and I would see Lwazi in certain pictures and certain videos, and I'm like, but you never told me that you were going to this event, or you never told me that you were going out with this guy. Like small and minute things, like, you know, ufuna ubonisa abantu that you are dating, or you want to show people that you have a man, but you don't want to show them who the man is. Like, you would show his arm, you would show his fingers, you would show, and you know, when now, if you're gonna show my man's arm, I'm going to know my man's arm. So he would show, take a selfie, and around him there's like an arm like this, and I'm like, but that was his arm. Or he'd be at a dinner and I'd see a bag. I'm like, but I know that bag, that's Lwazi's bag. Yes, people can have similar bags, but I'd be like, it's too much of a coincidence, that all of these things are happening. You are acting shady. You are acting very shady. So I confronted him about yonke that I've been feeling. I was like, listen, I'm not saying you are cheating with this person, but what I'm going to say is that I feel a certain type of way. So I would let him know about how I feel. I would let him know about what my suspicions are. I'm not saying you're doing it. I'm not saying you're cheating on me, but what I'm saying is I feel like you are. I feel like you are. And obviously, as a man, he's going to deny that shit. Hey. Guys, I'm sure Sagoa, 3 months full. Goa, we are fighting every single night about the same thing and about the same person. I'm like, this guy, it's either he is making it a point, Yokuba, I like, he's making it known to me. Yabo? Because also I wasn't posting Ulwaz. I'm like, this guy, it's either he knows that I'm with you and he knows that I follow him and he follows me, and he's posting all of these things to make sure that I see it. Yabo? So, because some posts Ulwaz will be like, I didn't see this post. So essentially this guy posted that, blocked everyone, and only I can see it. You understand? So I'm like, it's very suspicious. So we fought about this guy for 3 months straight, up until I was like, I think I'm done with this. No man of mine is going to be giving me so much insecurities. No man of mine is going to be going around with hoes and is going to be putting me at risk for illnesses. Because look, if you're going to be sleeping with multiple people, be prepared to contract something. If you're sleeping with this guy, how many more? I don't know. So to make sure that I am safe, I must exit stage left, sweetie. So I was like, to the left. Wow, not Beyonce, what? Because wow, son, like I really couldn't. So I ended things with Ulwazi because Ulwazi was a cheating bastard. Yeah, you understand? So, couple of months go by. Obviously, I miss him. Every time I see him post, I'm like, I miss him. But I am not going to let my pride down. What about me? Then pride. Very, very, very proud in Nagaloko. I'm not going to be that first one to text him and tell him that I miss him. Yeah, bro? So he's been trying to reach out, and I've been blocking that shit. I'm like, no, nigga. Stop it. I didn't block him anyway, but I was just rejecting. When he calls me, I don't call back. When I see missed calls, I don't call back. When he calls me, I don't answer. When he texts me, I just read. I make sure that he knows that I read his text. I blue tick him and I leave him on red. Yeah, bro? So, couple of months go by. We have broken up and I'm single as fuck, and he then bumps into me at Neighbor Goods, which is now the playground. It's Neighbor Goods, it's December. It's November because I went home early in December 2021. It's November. I am so hot. It's just after COVID. Things have opened up. The country is open. Kumnandi in South Africa. Siyapuza. And the Neighbor Goods, and we are having the time of our lives. I'm out with my friends. I'm wearing the shortest shorts that I own, and I'm having the time of my life. I see him and he sees me, and I wave, and he comes to where we're sitting. He's like, my goodness, you are breathtaking. I'm like, I know, bitch, I know. Like, I know I'm cute. The fuck? So he's like complimenting me about how good looking I am, and all of those things that I felt for this guy came back. Remember when I said that this guy knew how to use his mouth, not just to kiss me or to rim me, but to speak. Not just to do nasty things, but to speak. This man could speak. This man could form sentences. This man could articulate. Yeah, he articulates, and he's telling me about how good looking I am. Telling me about how good looking I am and how cute I am, and I'm like, I know. What about me? And ndiyazazi namhlanje ndenze make sure ukuba ndimhle murtu. So we obviously, after Neighbor Goods, we go to Great Dane. After Great Dane, we go to Melville, Liquid Blue. So that was the itinerary for the day. And he's like, listen, I'm gonna come with you guys. Comes with us. We move from Neighbor Goods, we go to Great Dane. At Great Dane, like, when we're dancing, so yeah, like I'm dancing with him, and everything just feels right. Okay, everything just feels right. Do you know, Lando Yobana, ube with an ex, ne? And he just feels very familiar. That's what was happening. He just felt very familiar, and it felt right. We left Great Dane and we went to Melville, Liquid Blue. And Liquid Blue, I am twerking on him, I am kissing him, and I am tonguing him down. Like, I don't care who says what. This is my nigga, this is my man, and that's on that. I'm gonna stick by him, okay? When we left Melville, my friend said, Chomi uyapi. Papa Yidi. I left with Lwazi and went back to Lwazi's place with him. Obviously, we're going to reconnect the best way we know how to. The best way we know how to. Okay? So reconnect her. In the morning, we woke up and I was like, you know what? I do not want to assume things. One thing I will never do is to assume things. I will make sure that I have all my facts straight. So, Lwazi, what's going on? What is this that we're doing? Were we just relapsing? Was it a relapse? Because honestly, I miss you and I want you back. He's like, listen, I want you back. I've been nagging you for the past 3 months, for the past 4 months, but you are not budging. And right now, the fact that you are in my bed and whatever happened has happened, it just proves to me that I still really do care about you. No. And I was like, I want you back too. So I took him back and we were again in a relationship. Lwazi and I were back together. Okay? We're back together. We were a power couple once more. We were Lelwa once more. Lelo na Lwazi Lelwa. Ayuma. Uya Yiva. I'm so embarrassed. Because what about men? They will embarrass you. Like at any convenience, yeah, but at their earliest convenience, they will embarrass you. They will embarrass you because it wasn't even a month into us getting back together that this man was seen by my friends. When I say seen, there was video evidence. So Ulwazi, I spoke really, and I held him to a high regard. I held Ulwazi to a high regard. I spoke about him to my friends. I shared videos and pictures and stuff, Zaki. So my friends knew exactly what he looked like. So they knew him. He didn't know my friends. Yeah, bro? Now, not even a month into us being back together, my friends are like, Chomi, is this not your man's on Grindr? I'm like, wait, what? So like, Chomi, isn't this your man on Grindr? Full profile screenshots, they send screenshots. I think on Grindr you can also, at the time, because I think now they've updated privacy settings, Zabo. I don't know, because I remember Ichomiam. Okay, like things like screenshotting on Grindr. At the time, you could screenshot someone's profile and send it to someone else, because then I think when someone sends you a private, what do they call it? So there's a thing on Grindr. For those who are not on Grindr, I'm not on Grindr. Even if I was, you can't judge me for that shit. Take, yeah, bro. But what I'm saying is, on Grindr, you can be able to send someone a private album full of your pictures. Normally, people send a private album to you. That album will be filled with nudes, okay? So a friend of mine was talking to him on Grindr, saw his profile, saw his picture, and was like, sent it to me. And I encouraged him to continue with the conversation, because one thing about people on Grindr, they are catfish. Yabo? People on Grindr, they catfish. So we had to make sure that the person that he was talking to was really ulwas. So I said, Tommy, continue with this conversation. Continue. Let push him as far as possible. Let him send you pictures. If maybe you can exchange numbers, then we'll see if it's him. Yabo? Lwazi sent a private album to my friend. That album had nudes. Okay? Those nudes were his dick. Those nudes were of his body. Obviously, I know what his dick looked like. Right? I know what his dick looks like. Wow. What his dick looks like. I know what his body looks like naked. So when I saw those pictures, to me, it was confirmed that, Chomi, you really are chatting with Ulwas. Okay? Broke me because he said all the things that I wanted him to say. He said everything that I felt I needed to hear at that moment, only for him to go to Grindr to look for sex. What am I, Kanti? Why am I back here? If you want sex, call me. Call me. Ndim injakazi yebeti. Ndim injakazi sex. Like, call me. Why are you calling other people? The fuck? Yeah, but why are you even on Grindr doing this mess? My friends know you, and my friend saw you on Grindr. Texted me on a group chat even. I was so embarrassed. I was embarrassed. Okay? Now, going back to what I was saying, that men will embarrass you at any given point. So one thing, Lamvana, what the Kovisa guys, I don't want to lie, because I sent him the screenshots that were sent to me, and he still denied everything. He denied every single thing. I'm like, how does this person have your nudes? He's like, no, you are not the only guy that I've sent nudes to. Oh, okay. He's like, so maybe someone has an album of my nudes and they decided to use my pictures on Grindr. So, like, that's not me. He denied it. But I was like, there is absolutely no way. There is absolutely no way that this person is using your pictures, using your nudes which don't have a face. Normally, someone will take pictures from, let's say, on Instagram, take pictures Zam and use my pictures, but they won't have my nudes, right? Because I didn't send them my nudes. They will download nudes on the web and send those nudes, like different nudes, to people that they downloaded on the web. Now this person is using your pictures, your nudes, your cell phone number, motherfucker. Like, so I was like, this guy is really taking me for a boost. And one thing I'm not is a boost. One thing I'm not is a boost. Like, it was getting toxic to a point where I'm like, bro, it's been you just asked me now. You just asked for love back now, and you're doing this shit. There's no other way. I must choose me. Baby, I must choose me. So I told myself, I was like, I'm out. I'm exiting stage left again. Yep, I exited and I was like, you know what? I will choose me. I will choose me because, again, when you forgive a cheating man, that man will always go back to his antics, will always go back to his habits, and he will expect you to take it and forgive him because that's what you are constantly doing. So I was like, Sweetie, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, dimisbhanqa. So ndaphuma total kulwazi ndathi, you know what, I'm done, and I was done really for good. So I held so much resentment for him for the longest time. Every time I would see him, I would feel nauseated. I would want to vomit, literally. Up until recently, when I said to him, can I please ask you something and please be honest? I asked him, did you cheat on me with Uzbanban? Because the same person that he cheated on me with the first time, he did it again the second time, and so he like confessed and told me that he actually was hooking up with that person. And I was like, thank you so much for the truth. That's all I wanted. And him and I are good. It will never, ever, ever go back to what it was. We will never go back to that place again. We are okay now with me knowing him as a person and him knowing me as a person. And that's it. So yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a huge thumbs up, like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, share the video, because you guys, when you come through, okay? Use the super thanks me. I love it when you do that. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.